It was OSU got out-coached, outplayed.
Lucas Raymond is also from Sweden, so he's an 8-time goal scorer for one of those 2 games they have in Sweden. So I don't know which one it is, but it's going to be one of the 2, so lock that in.
This doesn't make any sense. I was pissed. Fumble recovery happened. I'm going to be honest, I turned off the game. I checked back in. That was fine.
Get back here, baby. Come on.
They're walking up to the table blind. I'm betting fucking blind.
Welcome back to Sharp Sports Podcast, episode number 4. The boys are back on another Wednesday night, and we are here to give you the recap of all things college and NFL, and also sprinkle in some picks and some news as well. And we have McDilly, we have The Wander, we have Tycho, and we have Luke. All 4 of the boys are here, and they are ready to talk sports. And we
Even
got
Jesse's cat. Look at that.
Sonny's here as well.
Hey, look,
Sonny
it's a
is
pig
happening.
and a cat.
Inform the people.
Jesus Christ. We are not going to start the podcast.
Oh, we cannot start the pot on that level of toxicity.
Nothing. Tell them how it is.
Somehow I'm more fascinated.
Shaking it off.
Oh, okay.
I don't even know if Jesse realized the stray he just caught.
No. I think that we leave it that way though. So I'm gonna leave it that way. Welcome to Sharp Sports Network. My name is Tycho. We are brought to you by the Sharps app. Make sure you guys download the Sharps app on Apple and iOS, Android, Google Play, all that good stuff. Wherever you get your apps, get Sharps. Make sure you connect your sportsbook and start fading my plays and posting your plays so I can fade your plays because it's a toxic world out there. Let's be toxic together. Dylan and Jesse will dive into some MLB news to start off today's show. And then after that, we will dive into the results of last week's football game. So, Dylan, Jesse, take it away.
Bada bing, bada boom. All right, Jesse O. We have a pretty good amount of baseball news actually to get into. Why are you? I was going to say.
Jesse, you gotta. Oh,
Sorry, I was caught off guard. So first things first.
can you tell he's a dad?
Yeah, he's totally a dad. First things first. Let's start off with we have a Hall of Fame election, and we have somebody that we know in the home city of Detroit quite well, and that is Mr. Jim Cleveland. He has been elected into the Hall of Fame. I mean, we love to see this. When the Tigers. For those that didn't know, but he also did other things. He was a manager for the Pirates, the Marlins, the Rockies, and then us. He had a total of 1,769 wins. He was also a 1997 World Series champion, that obviously being the one with Miggy and the Marlins. He has 3 World Series appearances, 2 with the Tigers, the one in 2006, the one in 2012. He's a 3-time manager of the year and also is 18th all-time for most wins. I mean, super deserved. I think we all can agree on that. And the only thing that's right is there needs to be a frame of just like Marlboros just around his plaque. Because, I mean, every time you saw this man, he had a cigarette in his mouth.
All the time.
That's Cleveland. But, I mean, I'm happy for him. This made my heart happy. Anytime someone from the Tigers, gets elected, it makes me happy because it was somebody that we're fond of and have good memories of. But Jesse, I mean, do you have anything on Jim Boy?
You've said enough.
And he won the World Baseball Classic. Sorry, got to point that out as well for fucking Team USA.
Hey,
yeah,
Jim's done a lot. He deserves the Hall of Fame. No.
he damn right he does. We'd love to see it. All right, and then the rest after the Hall of Fame, we have some trades and signings. So let's start off with that. Luis Severino, he is staying in New York, but he has gone from the Pinstripes to the Mets. Probably not where he wanted to be.
No.
But
no.
so here's how I look at it. Severino last year had the worst numbers-wise in a while. Now, a lot of people are going to say, well, that probably had to do a lot with injury. But the injuries were very minor, and And the injuries took him out for a couple weeks, and he'd come back, and he'd still be inconsistent. And then you have a different injury, be out, come back, inconsistent. So I think it's going to be one of two ways. He's going to go to the Mets. He's going to be a top 2 pitcher with him and Senga. Okay? He's going to go over to the Mets. He's going to be inconsistent, and he's going to be another Mets pitcher with a fucking 5 ERA halfway through the year. It's going to be one of the two, right?
No, I don't think he goes like this anymore. I think we're just going to see. Oh, maybe he is.
Continues to decline. I mean, this man was a former Cy Young finalist, you know.
Yeah, former is very bolded.
But why former? I mean, 2-3 years ago. Not too long. So
hey, we've seen a couple pitchers recently dying off in 2 or 3 years.
That's very true. I fucking hate to say it, but you're not wrong. So we'll see what happens with Sevy. Another move, and I think this was probably the biggest move so far that's happened. Jared Kelenic, who was a top overall pick for 3 years ago, finally made a star-studded debut. Not this last season, but the season before. Was hitting great. Then had a little bit of a slump last year. And they dish him to the Braves?
Yep.
What? He gets signed to the Braves. Him, Marco Gonzalez, and Evan White Evan White, Marco Gonzalez. Yeah. All from the Mariners to the Braves for Cole Phillips, Jackson Cower. What?
Yeah, I'm going to give this to the Braves.
And Marco Gonzalez. That's a great left-handed pitcher you can put in the back half of your rotation. The starting rotation. He could be your number 4, number 5.
Yeah, but
Kelenic, that's so crazy that the Mariners gave up on him so early.
Yeah.
Imagine if the Orioles would have done that. Cedric's first 8 months, and they would have said, he's good, but he's not what we thought he was going to be. And they didn't let him come into year 2 and ball. Mountcastle, after 1 year, they went, nah. And then year 2, he comes in. That's just what I thought of. I was like, God, Seattle, have a little fucking patience. This is why you guys haven't been to the playoffs in as long as you have, and you finally broke that curse or whatever, and you're still not that tier of being good because you do shit like this.
Yeah. Yep.
So
that's great.
Next trade that we have is a big trade because anytime the Yankees and the Red Sox trade, it's normally a big deal because this is only their 7th trade in the past 60 years because, they fucking kind of hate each other, so they don't really do business. But are you wearing a Red Sox hoodie? Just want to make sure. Okay, it was Red Sox colors. I was looking at it. I was like, is he?
I hear you, but no.
Tommy, okay, gotcha. You're wearing Tommy. I understand. Alex Verdugo from the Red Sox traded to the Yankees for Greg Weissert and Nicholas Judas. Sorry. None of them really matter, if I'm being honest with you right now. What matters is Alex Verdugo, great outfielder, great power bat. I believe he's coming off of 3rd straight seasons with over 20 homers and 70 RBIs, going to the rival in New York.
Yeah.
That's a blow.
Yeah.
Especially for a Red Sox team that's, in my opinion, holding on by a thread just by being good.
Like a spider web thread.
In that division, any moves like that might seem like they're not that big when they're going to somebody else in that division, it's a big move.
Yeah, it is a big move.
So we'll see what happens there with Doogie. Final thing that we have is, for the trades, is your team, Jesse. I want to know how you feel about this. Craig Kimbrell on a 1-year deal to the Orioles. Now, if you watched the regular season last year, you're probably really excited. If you watched the postseason last year, you're probably really nervous. That's all I can say. That's all I got to say.
Keep him in regular season form when we make the playoffs again.
I think your bullpen was already really good.
Congrats on getting the bird, man.
Yeah, sir.
Yeah, I think your bullpen was already really good, and you guys kind of got fucked with injuries going into postseason. So you're
Trade him at the deadline.
You're almost looking for a little bit.
Trade
of
him at the deadline.
So looking for a little bit of collateral here, and I think that's the right move.
Trade Craig at the deadline after you use him in the regular season. Boys are cooked.
That's what you should do. Final thing that we have to get to is the MLB lottery draft. Whoa, were people pissed about this one? Fuck, man. Like, I'm not going to lie. Normally, every lottery draft, you're going to have the people who just are mad about their team not getting whatever pick. Nah, people were pissed. People were very pissed. And because the Guardians got the number 1 pick, and the Reds, who missed the playoffs by 2 games, got the number 2 pick. That right there, just that 1 and number 2. Now, this is the first overall pick in the history of the Guardians. They had a 2% chance. Why? Because they were a 500 team last year that was in second place in their division. And then you have the Reds, who, like I just said, were not only in the top of their division, but were basically good for the wild card until they got fucked with injuries and were 2 games out, and they got the number 2 pick. And it's all by chance. And then you have teams like the Tigers and the Rockies and the Mets, and they're not even top 5. And I thought this was ridiculous. I thought it was abysmal, but that's just me.
It's just the way the balls roll, isn't it?
It's like the NBA. You can't predict it. It's a lottery. It's a raffle, but it kind of worked out in a really shitty way for everybody this year, and not really more so the Tigers, but for the other teams like the Rockies and more so teams that are tanking. You tanked for what? For really nothing.
All I wonder is how many Oakland fans still exist?
Bro, not even top 3.
Do they even still exist? If you don't get a top 3 overall
pick
after being that bad all year, like how do you even still exist as a fan? I would disappear. Off into like the Simpsons where he disappears into the bushes. That's me. I'm gone.
It was ridiculous the way that this one turned out. But yeah, do you have any thoughts on just this in general, Jesse?
This is why lotteries can be ugly. This is why lotteries aren't favorited, because even though the percentages look right, it just rolls out funny.
Agreed. Heavily agreed. And that is the MLB news that we have. So now we can roll right into the NFL and college recap.
What is happening is Michigan's going to get this dub.
And that's exactly what I saw. I got my money's worth. I didn't pay a dime. It was free. I should have had to pay for that shit. It was unbelievable.
In that situation, you just fade the green.
Kirk Cousins back to throw on 4th and 18. He's given time. He wants Jefferson.
Play half as good as they did last week in this season and still come out on. I lost count how many interception clips there were.
I felt like we kept watching the same one over and over, but it was always a different.
Walker on first down. It's picked off. What a play. Lorenzo.
Remember the ecstatic excitement and rage-filled little man's rant so that we can laugh at
If the
him.
Titans never got Derrick Henry, Dylan wouldn't even know Tennessee had a football team. I swear to God.
Okay. So we have the recap, and we're going to start with college football, and we are going to start with Friday because there was a game Friday before we get to Saturday. And we had 2 people that were on the right side, and we had 2 people that were on the wrong side. We had Oregon at number 5. We had Washington at number 3. And the first half of this football game, me and Luke were a little nervy because it was all Washington early. 17-3 going into half, and it was not good until the last final 2 minutes. Oregon got a touchdown, and then you're sitting there like, okay, we might be okay. Second half became a dogfight again. Back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. And once again, like a panic.
It's like Washington can't hold on to like a big lead. They always have to be in a close game.
They like to make the game.
Washington
close.
doesn't know how to be in a game that's not close. That's all I've learned this whole year is that they prefer the game to be close to keep the competitive edge on the sideline.
They are last year's TCU. There is not a game this year that they did not win against a ranked team that was less than like a possession. They were all 1-possession games.
Yep. So 1-possession game versus.
And I'm pretty sure that's what TCU did last year against every ranked game that they played. So.
Yeah, pretty much. But this game against Oregon, hey, look, 9-point dogs. That's all I'm saying. 9.5 was never a doubt at any point in this game. That was a lock. Jesse's taking the money line. Huge play there. Almost never a doubt on that too, because there was never a point where Washington was trailing in this game, and ultimately Sports books, I mean, they showed you what this game was going to be beginning of the year, and you guys thought, oh no, everything's changed. Well, nothing changed. It was still a 3-point game that Washington won. So
Cue
learn how to
the
make a line.
cue the headlines. Huge upset. Number 2 Washington upsets number 3 Oregon.
Yeah, number 3 upsetting number 5 is a
Or
weird
number
thing
3
to
and
see.
4. Fucking
3 and 5.
Yeah,
dude.
3 upsetting
Doesn't
5
matter.
doesn't ring. Doesn't ring. We know what you meant. We know what you meant.
I mean, obviously I was upset that I was on the wrong side of the game, but at the end of the day, I thought this was a great college football game. I thought it was a really good game. I thought that Oregon, they came in, they took the lead. They had 24-20. They made it so everyone had to watch that fourth quarter and see what was going to happen, and Washington came out on top.
At the end of the day, quack.
The day the quack died, that's what happened.
Quack.
And I mean, Dylan, basically with the picks essentially being over, finishing at 64% through the college season, and then deciding to have your worst week on the very last week of the year, going 2-4 is just crazy.
The last 3 big games I've played, I've lost. So I already know what happened. I got all this 64%, all this good shit that happened to me regular season. I'm about to become a fade god. I already fucking know. I'm about to become a fade god for all of this college football playoffs. I hate
all of what's next.
So I'm just gonna take advantage of the NFL regular season. That's really it.
Hey, Dylan's playoff picks.
Let's get into the game that I know we're on the right side of. Jesse, I don't remember if you were. No, he wasn't here for this game. I was gonna say I don't remember what his play was. MAC championship, Miami, Ohio. Never a doubt, Tyler.
Never a doubt. 7 points was a lock. They were winning majority of the game. I think from the jump, actually. I think they were winning the whole game.
Yeah, they were never trailing.
Yeah, never a doubt. Miami
Toledo.
Locked it. Didn't watch a single Miami game all year, but still never a doubt.
Well, I gave you the notes, and basically Bookie going there kind of helped.
Good notes. They were good
notes.
notes.
Shut up, Bookie.
I'll tell you that.
Shut up, Bookie. All right. Big 12 championship game, number 7 Texas, number 18 Oklahoma State. Ollie Gordon got hurt in the first quarter, and the game was over. That's what happened. The best running back in the league of Oklahoma State. The only reason why the spread was what it was, he got hurt. Tyler texted me. So what the fuck happened? Why'd the spread just jump to like 15 points?
Texted Dylan maybe 3 or 4 minutes into the game, and I said, "What the fuck?"
Dylan and it goes, just jumped to 15.
I go, the spread just jumped to 25.5.
Yeah.
And the game started 4 minutes ago. What happened? Turn on the game. Oh, the best player for Oklahoma State's injured. Oh, the only reason Oklahoma State is this good is injured. Oh, okay. So Jordan Travis just got injured is what you're saying.
Yeah.
And they're done. Okay. All right, cool. Yeah. That was over as soon as that happened. So,
we were fucked.
Good for you, Texas.
Second he died, we were fucked. So, yeah. Texas won 49-21. Next game that we have is number 8 Alabama, number 1 Georgia. I'm not even mad, Tyler. I'm just gonna let you talk your shit.
Never a fucking.
I'm not even mad.
Look, it had to end. Okay, too many wins in a row for Georgia. Alabama hadn't been to the SEC title game in 3 years, and you know what Alabama does when they get to the SEC title game? They win SEC titles. Okay, straight up. So locking up in the books for Nick Saban, and I mean, do I think that Georgia got extremely disrespected by the CFP in the following events? Yes, they got disrespected heavily because they're still really good and they're 27-1 in the last 3 years. But with that being said, chose the wrong day to have a bad day if you're Georgia.
Correct. I think everyone kind of knew whoever won this game was going to be in, and
also Jalen Milroe's a dog. Like I said,
whoever won was going to be in. Whoever lost, there was a good chance they were going to be out. And sadly, that's exactly how it went. But yeah, I thought it was another really good game. Fucking down to the wire, last minute, 2 good teams. So I'll give your boy a little bit of credit. You know, he did his thing. 192 yards, I guess, but whatever.
Hey, look, it's not about his arm. I'll tell you that much. His arm is not the highlight. He has a strong arm, but he's also like built like a fullback. So I mean,
he
pick your
also
poison.
had 35 rushing yards, and that was pretty good. 14 rushing attempts for Jalen Milroe.
He's get out of that pocket.
Wow. Let's move into
Good
the
game.
American Athletic Championship game. What the fuck, man? Everything about this game screamed over. And then it was 14-7 at halftime. And I'm looking at Tyler like, they can still get 20 points. Like, right? And they fucking hit the under. 26
Yeah,
to 14.
I think they just chose a day to show you why people pay less attention to the American Athletic Conference than all
You're damn right.
conferences. That's what they were demonstrating. They're like, hey, just so you know, there are better bowl games on today.
Well,
So don't
also,
watch
Tyler, what's the main thing I said? Preston Stone, get stoned. SMU, he's going to get stoned. They didn't play him because they're saving him for the bowl.
Yeah, so that.
Why not play him in a championship game that's going to determine your bowl seeding? Yes, you
Whatever.
won, but fuck you guys. No, because that was annoying to me. I didn't like that.
Dumb.
Very dumb. All right, we got 2 games left. What's up?
I said it was bullshit.
No, it is bullshit. 2 games left. ACC championship game, which, really didn't fucking matter, I guess, who won this game. But Florida State did win 16-6, and I guess they're ACC champions, and that's what they can celebrate this year. As you can see,
that is what they can celebrate
I'm not salty
this year.
at all about them not being in playoffs.
Look, I'm salty too because I had a bet on it, but when
it.
I've sat down and thought about this for a while, and it makes perfect sense why they're not in. I totally am okay, they would have.
But it's just
they
the fact that
lost.
we rode them from before the season started. They did it. They went undefeated. They pulled it off, and then to be like, nah. I'm like, damn it, it's 2017. All over again.
If you're me, if there's anyone that's gonna replace him,
you're happy that it's Bama, and I get that. All right,
let it
talk
be
about this.
Milrow.
I mean, we guess we can talk about this Big Ten championship game.
They have to.
Kind of went how we expected it to go. Michigan's a really good football team. Iowa is not a good football team.
Iowa's just good at defense. That's it. Which is why they were able to limit the scoring a little bit. But
it's hard to
the loss by multiple touchdowns was inevitable. I mean,
yep. And then I seen the meme all over social media. I was like, oh, Iowa's defense. I did my job. Iowa fans. I did my job. Iowa's offense. I didn't do fucking shit.
Yeah, but I'll tell you who did do their job.
Season.
You know who did do their job? The punter. Punted the shit out of that ball. 7 attempts.
Hey.
He averaged 50.4 yards.
Number 1 punter in the nation.
His
the entire nation.
7 yards.
You might as well go to the league this year.
Inside the 20, 3 times. Touchbacks, 0. Come on now.
He's no Jack Fox, but it's pretty good.
Talk your shit, Troy Taylor.
He's no Jack Fox.
Number 1 overall.
Sorry, Jesse. What were you saying?
Jack Taylor.
Nah, I just said get that man in the league. Somebody needs a punter. He might as well go this year.
Yeah, he's the best punting prospect we had since Buddy, who got his career ruined by some woman. We're not going to say it, but you know what I'm talking about. So let's just hope that he makes friends with the right people.
Hope so.
All right. Now we can move into. Before we move into the picks, do you want to just reveal what the games are, or do you want to just wait till Saturday?
We'll talk about it. We'll dive into it on Saturday.
Okay. Sounds good. Let's move into week number 13 of the NFL slate. Already touched on Thursday night, so let's get to Sunday. First game on the board, we have the Detroit Lions and the New Orleans Saints. The Lions came out. That's all I got to say. Lions came out dominating. Second half, gave me a heart attack, but we won the game. That's all I got.
Here's what I care about at this point. Win the game. I do not care how we do
and we
it.
Covered.
Win as many games as possible from this point on. That's it. I don't care if it's pretty. I don't care if it's ugly. I just want you to win as many games as possible because I've come to terms with the fact that you are the Detroit Lions at the end of the day. So if you're good, you will have close games with teams that you shouldn't have close games against because you're the Detroit Lions. But as long as you're good, you should win majority of those games. So I've come to terms with the fact that I'm going to have to deal with having a heart attack every other quarter of every other game. I'm cool with it. I get it.
Yeah.
Just win
Shout out
majority of the games.
Sam Laporta.
Yeah, Travis Kelce went. Yeah, he's Travis Kelce. I mean, come on now.
9 catches.
And Laporta, Travis Kelce, Taylor Swift. We need Selena Gomez in Detroit.
Don't know what any of those things have to do with Sam Laporta.
Everything. Someone out there knows what I'm saying. Someone will get it.
We'll go Sam Laporta, Taylor Swift, Selena Gomez, Travis Kelce, you know.
Yep.
No, I don't know.
You just created a perfect box. You just don't even see it. Your eyes are closed. You need to open your third eye, Dylan.
Thank God we skipped this game because this was such a shitter. Chargers 6, Patriots 0. Fuck.
Not a cover for the Patriots, though.
I know Iowa fans were jealous, jumping up and down watching this game. They saw so many punts.
If you're a New England fan, you're sitting here like we couldn't score a fucking touchdown to win the game. And if you're a Chargers fan, you're sitting here like we couldn't score a touchdown against the Patriots. Like, I don't feel like anybody really won this football game. Somebody just scored more points than the other.
You know there's massive issues.
Everybody lost.
The Chargers when the Chargers defense is winning you football games and not your offense.
Like, that is insane. That statement right there is insane.
That's just something you don't see. It just doesn't happen this year. Not with this Chargers football team. Never.
Nope. So Tyler,
the NFL was upside down today.
You get this type of loss to the Chargers, 6-0, after the type of loss you had last week to Tommy DeVito. I agree with your Bill Belichick statement after this week. There's no fucking way after this week after week he can come back to this.
How? Like how?
He's
I don't understand.
Dying inside, and I don't think it's slowly anymore. It's becoming a lot quicker.
Like it's visible. You can see him dying on the sidelines. Like it's sad to watch a man that was once so great literally dying on the sidelines.
He's 2-10.
He's just gonna follow Tom Brady's footsteps, go to Tampa Bay, win another ring, retire. Then unretire, come back.
Tampa, that would be so funny.
He's gonna take yeah. No. I'll just leave it at what Luke said. I'll leave it with what Luke said. I'll go to Tampa.
Next game, Jets, Falcons. The Falcons, they covered those 2 points, and they got the W to stay in first place in the division, 13-8 over New York. Tim Boyle, he played his last game as a Jet. You know, he went 14 for 25, couldn't hit 150 yards, just couldn't live up to the hype, and sadly got released.
Good efforts, Tim. You tried hard, Timmy. You had a good little run. We were all excited. We at least, like, right now, 9 times out of 10, that happens. Dylan doesn't even talk about it. But last year, you let everyone know who you are.
Yeah.
So now we can all forget about you in another year.
I agree.
Now the GOAT is back starting at QB.
100%. Also, I want to point out another lowest under of the week as hit, 13-0-1.
No, this one has an asterisk. You wanted to back away so fucking bad.
Yeah, but then YouTube talked me into it, so
so a hit's a hit, and I took it, so it still counts.
It's under.
You talked me into it, and I played it.
Yeah, it's an asterisk.
I'll take it.
It's still 13-0-1. However you look at it, did it hit?
It is.
It
is.
Mark the asterisk next to it.
So 13-0-1. I'm just saying,
So Dylan, while we're on the topic, let's just talk about it now. Is that your pick for tonight or tomorrow's game? Because that's the lowest under of the week. It's over.
Yeah,
under 30.
Patriots Steelers. You're fucking right. It is.
Over under 30.
Yeah,
I'm taking the under. How do you not? You have to. 13-0-1. You don't break the system. The system ain't broke.
Against Mac Jones.
Nah, it's gonna be
battle
Zappy
of the
again.
century.
It's gonna be Zappy again. Mac Jones.
Oh yeah, Zappy
4 times this year, and that's why Zappy played the whole last game because he's like, I'm tired of starting you, waiting for you to throw 3 interceptions so I can take you out. It doesn't do anything for me.
Mac Jones is one of the biggest busts in recent history.
Yeah,
that's crazy.
I am slamming that over. 35 points from the Steelers defense.
This is somebody who you can tell hasn't been here for the last
Please,
four picks when we slam this under.
Look, I'm gonna need you.
Because it hit.
I guess I must have missed the rest of the season too.
I need you to go to FanDuel and I need you to put in defense 3 touchdowns and just.
No, because he'll do it.
He has to do it. He's talking about it. He might as well.
He said 5.
Put
He
his
doesn't
money
need
where
to
his
make up
mouth
the
is.
2. He just needs 3.
He's got to prove how sharp he is.
Yeah.
The odds on that have to be nuts. All right, let's keep going while I find it.
Next game, our upset of the week, and it hit. Cardinals over the Steelers. The second Kenny Pickett got out of that game, I think we were chilling, boys.
Yeah.
It was 17-3,
confident.
and then Mitch Trubisky came in. You know, I think we were chilling. And then the only thing that scared me is when it was 17-3, they had an hour and a half delay. And I was like, this is the type of shit that can kill all the momentum, and the Steelers
Throw it all off. Yep.
But once they came back and immediately it went from 17-3 to 24-3, I was like, okay, we're fine.
Right. Yeah.
We are chilling.
Pittsburgh Steelers defense score 3 or more touchdowns, plus 25,000. $25 get you 6.2K.
I kind of hope I'm wrong, and I hope that hits because that would be insane.
You know how crazy it'd be to be watching a game on TV and it's like pick 6, 2 drives later, a second one.
You're losing your mind.
You forget about it, bro. You forget all about it. Fourth quarter rolls around. There's like 6 minutes left, and there's just a 3-and-out punt. Not thinking anything of it, and Buddy takes the punt 95 yards to the crib, and you don't even realize it until you're celebrating the touchdown that you just won 6K because that was a third touchdown because the first 2 happened in the first quarter. All right, move on.
All right, next game, we got the Colts and the Titans, and I'm not even mad because the fact that we were winning most of this game, the fact that we took it into overtime, it made me happy because, honestly, the Colts with Gardner Minshew, they've been cooking. 300 yards once again for Gardner. He loves, and I cannot fucking repeat this enough, he fucking loves Michael Pittman, okay? Like, god damn it. Every other pass was thrown to fucking Pittman. How many targets did he have? 17 targets, yeah. So that man loves Michael Pittman, and he had 105 yards, 1 touchdown, and the Colts won in overtime. But I'm not mad. Like I said, I felt like, 100 yards from Henry, 2 touchdowns. Titans played good. Hopkins had his best game of the year in terms of just total yards, even though they were beefing on the sidelines, which I'm not too sure what that was about. But, yeah, that's how I feel.
Look, there's almost a 20-year age difference between those two. They're going to fucking disagree on some shit.
Yeah.
Regardless, it was a good game. I've been burned by the Colts too many times to have not taken the Colts in this game, so that's why I was riding the Colts, so I'm happy about that. But, I mean, from when the Colts were doing god-awful the last couple of years on offense, what was the main problem? Michael Pittman didn't get the ball.
No,
Gardner Minshew came in, realized if you get that guy the ball, you're going to have success.
Yeah.
And so he keeps getting him the ball, keeps getting over 300 passing yards, keeps having success. That's all I have to say.
100%.
Well, I mean, that's because they're Richardson. He's a good little running back QB.
AR is good, but he just got hurt. He got a concussion, came back, and then got fucked up.
The first game they played together, Pittman had a really good game. The only issue is that before they had Anthony Richardson, it was fucking Matt Ryan, so it looked even more.
Man, that whole system of Carson Wentz, Matt Ryan, that nobody was feeding the ball to Pittman.
It was just bad idea after bad idea after bad idea. The quarterback.
Bad. The last person who was feeding him was Phillip fucking Rivers. To put that into perspective. So,
yeah, that is true.
Well, I mean, Richardson still did feed him. I mean,
no, I was agreeing with you. You were the one who was trying to tell me he wasn't because he's a running quarterback.
And it also hadn't happened since Phillip Rivers, which is actually something I didn't think about until now.
I never said he wasn't. I just said he was more of a running style quarterback. So
100%.
This man was moving his feet.
Richardson is kind of like Gardner
last.
Minshew in the making, low key.
Minshew is one of the greatest backup quarterbacks we've ever seen.
Straight up.
You can do what he needs to do on any team.
You're
It's
gonna
great. There's people behind him.
You're gonna disrespect Heineke like that?
Yeah, I am.
Yeah, actually, I will too.
Gardner Minshew is better than Taylor Heineke.
I will disrespect.
Oh wait, no.
I can say that.
You're gonna disrespect.
Gardner Minshew is better than Taylor Heineke. I think so.
I apologize for disrespecting Ryan Fitzmagic. He is up there too.
That's true. He got to be number one because he's been on 17 fucking.
He's the number one journeyman quarterback of all time.
Okay, wait,
He would go to teams and start. He wouldn't be the backup. He'd go to teams and be like, "I'm here to save your season. You're supposed to win 2 games. We're winning 6."
How are you gonna disrespect Cooper Rush?
No, stop it. Stop.
No,
This man
Where is he?
had to come in for
Where's
Dak.
Cooper Rush?
He's still in the Cowboys.
On the bench.
He's not getting the
Because
backup.
He's waiting for his time.
He's not getting enough backup time to be a certified
We're not
killer.
talking about
I've seen
starters.
nine
We're talking about
quarterbacks-
Dak hasn't got
backups.
injured enough this year for him to be
Yeah, we're
certified.
talking about how you can put these backups in, and they're just like starters.
No, listen.
That's what
We
we're
have seen
really
more
talking
quarterback injuries this year than we have seen in the past and ever. If Cooper Rush was him, one of those teams that needed a fucking QB like the Jets would have said, "Oh, let's try to get Cooper."
Or
But no,
Dallas didn't want to get rid of him just in case Dak did get hurt
nobody
again.
reached out to
because he's that
Dallas.
big
There was
of a
never a
draw.
headline.
No one wanted Cooper.
Nobody ever reached out to Dallas. There was never a report. There was never a headline. Never interest.
So what? The Dallas didn't want to lose him. They probably didn't even answer the phone call. They said, "Oh, a team's calling. Oh, their QB just got hurt." No. Why would they want to get rid of someone who literally went undefeated for them when Dak was out?
I
the
thought he
point
lost to the
Where the
Eagles.
owner
He
said,
got it
did.
there.
you know, this just might be our new starter. But then he went
He
back
didn't
on the
go
words and
undefeated.
said, "Okay, my bad. He lost 1 game."
Yeah, and he was embarrassed in it, and we all
The
said, "This
Eagles
is why
smacked
you're
game.
them,
back
and that was
up."
the
One
last
game.
game.
What about all those other games that he was racking up dub after 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 dub after
He did not
dub?
play that many games. He
His
did not
luck
play that
ran
many
out.
games. What do you mean, Delvin? Yeah, you just named like 9 dubs. He did not play that many games.
Yeah, 5. He had 5 wins max.
I was gonna say, how many games did he play in total? Like 7? Like genuinely, I don't know.
I think he only played 5, and he had 4 wins, 1 loss.
How many games did Cooper Rush start?
She's not gonna know what year you're asking.
Cooper Rush has played in a total of 29 games.
Okay, what about Jake Browning?
No, no.
Why not?
He's one of the only quarterbacks that has ever thrown as good as he threw that night. I don't care how many check down passes.
He has 1 career game played ever, undrafted. He was the 6th rated player the year that he went undrafted for the Heisman Trophy. And then he proceeds to go undrafted. He was the top passer in the Pac-12. 300 plus yards, 32 for 35, and he beat the Jaguars. Best backup quarterback in the league.
Cooper Rush career win-loss record 23-7.
That's pretty fucking good. I'm not.
Don't disrespect my man's again.
He's easy to disrespect. I'm sorry. But I do get that he has a good record. It's just easy to disrespect Cooper Rush.
It's very easy to disrespect Cooper Rush.
It's easy to do
Best
it. It's just like
backup
it may not be
QB
right.
in the
It's just easy to
league.
do it.
Also, Tyler,
Right next to Jake Browning.
Also,
it goes Jake Browning, then Cooper Rush.
Oh, come talk to me when he has more than 1 good game.
The best after 1 fucking
He's got to
game.
play more than 1 game.
You're crazy. He's played 2 games.
No,
calm down.
Nope.
Back the truck up.
Nope. Oh, the truck is backing up. It's a dump truck.
All right, let's get to the next game. Dolphins, Commanders. The Dolphins, for the first time all year, covered a big spread. Shout out.
No.
45-15 was the final, and it was not close.
Tyreek Hill is the only player that I see in the MVP race whose name isn't Brock Purdy or Dak Prescott or Jalen Hurts.
That's crazy that you have not seen CMC in the conversation.
Yeah, I forgot him. My bad. Disrespect. CMC. He can get it too. But I feel like Brock Purdy's disregarded because they feel like he has so many weapons and everybody else just does the work. So
What do you mean?
Brock Purdy,
Isn't Brock Purdy leading?
Get what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Dude,
I
if
agree.
I was in
100%.
charge of the MVP voting, I would be like, you're allowed to vote on Tyreek Hill. You're allowed to vote on CMC. And that's about it. You're not allowed to vote on Jalen Hurts or Brock Purdy.
Brock Purdy's has
Both
the
of
best
those
odds.
two guys have the two best teams around them.
Whoever has
Of course,
the
they're
best
going to be
record,
MVP.
Whoever has
Like
the best record, their quarterback's
the two
gonna
best
win
teams.
MVP. I'm letting you know right now. I'm not going to play this game again. When
But
Derrick Henry
no.
had double the rushing yards of everybody else in the fucking league and double the touchdowns, and it was like, okay, easily MVP, and then he didn't win it. I'm done. I'm not even going to entertain Tyreek
what
or
if
CMC
Tyreek
because it's not going to happen. I'm telling you, whoever has the best record, which right now they think the best team in football is the Niners, that quarterback is going to be MVP. And who did you just say was leading? Brock. So that's what's going to happen.
That's just what it is.
It is
The
what it is.
reason Brock's getting a lot of disrespect is because as much as I love Brock Purdy, I do love the guy, but he just throws like screen passes
That's not
and
true.
just hands.
Yes, he didn't like that.
Their team is 11th in yards after catch, and he only does. Hold on.
Because he throws it to the one of the 3 or 4 superstars on his team, and they just start cooking down the field.
Let me cook.
No.
Past MVP winners have had a minimum, besides Lamar Jackson because he's the running quarterback, have had a minimum of 50% or 4 yards after catch in their whole yards. Brock Purdy is under that number. His team is 11th in yards after catch, which means he's not even top 10. He's not top 5, so you can't say all of his yards are coming from that. And he's at like a 46% of yards after catch involved in all his yards. We can't use that excuse. It's bullshit.
But it's not bullshit.
It is. It's not yards after catch. Yes, he has elite weapons, and Debo makes it look like it's hella yards after catch, and so does McCaffrey.
He dumps it off to McCaffrey, dumps it off to Debo, and they just cook for like a 50-yard touchdown.
He's first in yards per attempt, or second, because he has 9.8. There's nobody near him. So please tell me. It doesn't make sense. You can't tell me. It doesn't.
I love Purdy. He's not a fraud, but he should not be on the front running for MVP because his stars do a drastic amount for him.
Everyone wants to talk about it, but when Patrick Mahomes won it last year, you want to know what his number was? 55%. Over half of his yards were yards after catch.
All right, imagine if the 49ers had Mahomes. They'd be winning every game 70 to like 89 or to like 120 to like 13.
Maybe.
I have something I need to say because I'm trying
No.
to back up Jesse. This man Purdy is top 3 for fucking yards per attempt.
Thanks, Dylan. I know my back is covered. Thank you. But Purdy is not a fraud.
27, 314 total passing yards, and 11.6 average with 4 touchdowns against the number 1 team in the NFL. That is why he is number 1 in MVP voting.
Yeah, he has cooked the Cowboys and the Eagles.
I'm a
When
big
they are
Brock
healthy,
Purdy.
The Niners
I'm
are
a big
the best team in football.
Yeah, because he has his stars to use. They look like shit when his stars were hurt.
They're the best team in football.
So I'm a big Brock Purdy supporter. I supported him all last season. I was on the big charge. Like, yeah, let's go Purdy. But you could put almost any other damn quarterback back there, and you'd probably get the same results. That's why they can plug and play any QB.
Weapons except for McCaffrey.
That's why last year in playoffs, the only reason they really lost and got knocked out is because they have a lot of quarterback injuries, but they literally ran out of quarterbacks to plug in. They had to put in Brock Purdy, who couldn't throw the ball. If they had another QB who could throw the ball, they were not losing that playoff game. Probably going on to win the Super Bowl.
All right, there's something that I can't help but agree with Luke in here. Whatever quarterback, take any quarterback on any roster in the league right now, to put them as the third string quarterback on San Francisco last year, I guarantee you they're still a starter right now. They would be Brock Purdy. Whoever was going to be whoever was the last quarterback standing, you're the starter next year because we're good and it doesn't matter who the fucking quarterback is. I agree with Luke. It does not matter. Brock Purdy's stats were going to go to whoever was going to be the starting quarterback for San Francisco. Why do you think Jimmy Garoppolo's stats were so fucking good? And then, take him off the 49ers, put him on the Raiders?
Jimmy G's stats were terrible.
He's ass. And look, even when his stats were good, it was like, that's because the team's good. And then when Jimmy G played like Jimmy G, because he's Jimmy G, which he proved on the Raiders, they still won because they're that good. It doesn't matter who's a quarterback. I couldn't agree more.
If any other quarterback could do it, they would have won the playoff game last year because they still had all the pieces. So why didn't
That's
they win
when the
that
team
game?
had a bad game. If
wanna
the
know
team
why?
plays bad, they
but
will
the
lose.
team had a bad game.
Wait, are you talking about?
That's why they
you're
lost.
talking about the
That's why
game
they
that they lost in playoffs? You do realize they had to put in
quarterback?
because they all got hurt. They had to put in a key. They had to put it. Yes.
So if the team plays bad, they will lose.
They literally
so the
did have a
team
quarterback.
Didn't play
They
good.
brought in their third
They
string
lost.
quarterback, which would be any other quarterback to come in.
Then
and
he got
threw
hurt.
3 interceptions.
He got hurt.
And
Then they had to
I'm talking after. I'm talking after the third string quarterback, after Brock that came in, the nobody that came in and threw 3 picks, because I thought any other quarterback could play with the weapons he had. No, he
They
couldn't,
could.
because he's not a
Yes,
good
they could.
quarterback.
Or because
Yeah,
he
anyone
maybe
could play
hadn't
in that
played.
Decent quarterback.
Because he maybe hadn't ever played in his entire fucking life.
You need a somewhat decent quarterback.
And then
To
got
be
thrown
fair,
into a playoff game.
Yeah, that's true.
Anybody
A very, like,
you can put Tim Boyle in there, and they're a good team. That's
I
not
guarantee
true.
you they would be.
That's not true.
I'll put money on that.
That's not true.
I'm with Luke.
If Zach Wilson got drafted to the 49ers, that man would be a front runner for MVP.
Yes. I'm willing to put money on that. If Zach Wilson had gotten drafted, if there was an alternate universe where I can put Zach Wilson on the 49ers, Zach Wilson would be such a better quarterback.
I think he would have thrown double the interceptions because he would have thought he had more opportunities and better people, and he would have just been worse because he's just not good.
No, I think okay.
We're not going to agree.
We have to agree to disagree.
We're going to agree.
I'm just not going to accept that argument about the playoff game because they had everyone got hurt.
Eagles. 42 points for the Niners, 19 points for the Eagles, and honestly, they beat the living shit out of them. Kind of loved it.
And John,
there's nothing to say other than the Niners have the best team in the league when they're healthy, which has been said all year because everybody knows it. So unless they have significant injuries, everyone in every sports media outlet that exists, don't you think you're calling a hot shot, Dylan? Everybody knows that on paper, if everyone's healthy, there's no team in the NFL that's better than the San Francisco 49ers. Everybody knows that. You just got to catch them on a bad day and beat them. And then they're not in the playoffs anymore, and anybody can win.
And saying that almost goes against the argument where Brock Purdy is that good because I mean, was he that good when they were hurt? No, because he needed the stars.
No, this is true.
So like saying, oh yeah, they're the best team in the league when they're healthy. Yeah, no shit, because all their superstars are there to help out their QB that is plug and play.
The only guy we've ever seen lose his stars and still triumph was Tom.
That's facts.
That's the only guy.
The only one.
He should be down. And then people are like, wait a fucking minute, why is he in the Super Bowl? Wait a goddamn minute, why is he winning? Who the hell is this guy with 3 fucking 150 yards that nobody knew because he was the 5th string wide receiver? Why does he look like he should be first?
All I got to say is he should be a head coach now because as he showed you, Bill Belichick's brain was actually Tom Brady's brain, just giving Bill Belichick like all the credit. So, I mean, yeah, it was always Tom.
Broncos, Texans. Let's ride, Texans.
I wanted to ride for the Broncos, so I gave him a chip, but I'm so glad the Texans won because I'm
loving it.
This is how I feel. It feels like I'm back in the day. and I'm watching Deshaun Watson and DeAndre Hopkins run the league on the Texans out of fucking nowhere. And now it's with CJ Stroud and, sorry, Tank Dell. You can't be
I gave the argument that I gave for Brock on why he should be number one, like why he is number one. But I personally think it should be CJ Stroud. Every fucking game he has over 270 passing yards, and then he's getting 50 yards rushing. He's getting 3 to 4 touchdowns every game. Then you take Tank Dell, who's out, and he's still coming in the second half without his best fucking playmaker, and wins against a team that's red hot and won 6 straight. I mean, come on, man.
Yeah, but his team's only 7-5.
But he's a dog.
Okay, but if all right, MVP stands for most valuable player. If CJ Stroud isn't the quarterback of the Texans, what's their record?
Oh no, it's like we saw what Davis Mills did.
They probably don't. They're probably like the Panthers right now.
I agree. Yes.
So how is he not?
It doesn't matter that they're 7-5.
It's because it's also
he's
winning.
the most valuable player because if they don't have him, they're literally ass. But because they have him, they're pretty good.
We know this. If he can win that division, if
he makes the playoffs, he could make a case.
Yeah. I think
he's already made enough of a case.
I think we all kind of see
for
who
me.
the 3 are going to be. I mean, I don't want to be the one to say it, but I think we can all kind of see who they are.
Brock Purdy, Jalen Hurts, Dak Prescott, Tua, Mahomes, Lamar Jackson, Tyreek Hill, and Christian McCaffrey have all better odds.
What?
It's because they're the most winning teams, and that's their quarterbacks.
And they're the reason why they're winning.
It's a QB award.
So being the best quarterback in the league right now doesn't matter?
If it doesn't result in wins.
If it doesn't result, yeah, pretty much.
Wow, that sucks.
If he was 9-3, there'd be a different conversation.
Yeah, because I mean, you can have all the stats and like look good doing it, but if what you're doing isn't ultimately resulting in wins, and other QBs are doing stuff to result in wins.
But if you look at their schedule, the 2 games that they've lost against the quote unquote better teams, they lost by 4 and they lost by 3. So
they're still losses.
I know, but like if you're looking at it like that, you can't say like, oh, well, when they play good teams, they're getting like smacked or anything. Like that's wild to me that 9 people are ahead of him.
Well, Tyreek almost has 1,500 yards.
I get some of them, but some of them I shake my head. Like Mahomes being over him, what? Lamar being over him, what? That's just wins. That's wild.
I mean, to be fair, I don't know. You could make an argument to Mahomes because the fact that they still win and, he has absolutely no receivers to catch the ball is kind of insane.
If Mahomes wins the MVP again this year, the amount of people that are going to just shit on football as a whole, it's going to be outrageous. There's no way they let him win it again.
He won't. He won't have the wins for it.
I was going to say, there's no way that they let that man win it again.
Not over.
You put one receiver on that team that can actually catch a ball, they'd probably have more wins.
I do agree with you, though. I think if he has one more weapon, he comes the favorite again. 100%.
That's what I was hoping at the trade deadline. Devontae Adams would have went over there.
Yeah,
they had the chance to draft. They had the chance to get D-Hop. They had the chance to get these free agent wide receivers, and they said, "Oh, we have Patrick Mahomes. He'll figure it out. He'll get them to work."
Because he did it last year.
They're trusting their young guys. They're trusting their Rashee Rice. They're trusting Pacheco. They're trusting James. They're trusting Sky Moore. But right now, those guys aren't getting it done. Rashee is.
He was able to figure it out last year, but the difference between last year and this year is the guys he's throwing it to could actually catch the ball last year.
Yeah, I don't know what's the
difference.
Is what's his name still on the team?
Oh yeah, I know that guy.
Tony?
Yeah, he might be.
Tony. I haven't seen him in like 5 weeks, so I think they just.
I honestly.
Oh yeah, he's on the IR.
Oh okay, I was gonna say I don't know if he just practice squatted him or what they did, but yeah, thought that was funny.
That was funny.
Does anyone have anything on this Panthers-Bucks game? 21-18 was the final.
I think this was the best game we saw from Bryce Young, low key, but it didn't look good. But it
Which
was
makes me sad. Which, if you're saying that and you mean it, makes me sad because he went 15 for 32 with 170 yards, no touchdowns, and a pick.
yeah, it looked disgusting. It wasn't great.
And that was his best game so far.
Yeah.
Well, look, they're a god-awful football team. I mean, his best game is only going to be so good.
But
unless Adam Thielen has a career day.
You know who he's playing better than their rookie year, who has played very solid since then and was actually injured this week?
John Cena.
Trevor Lawrence.
Oh.
Trevor Lawrence's rookie year was worse than CJ Stroud.
I mean, remember Zach?
Yeah, but I'm sorry, bro. That was Urban Meyer wanting to fucking
Urban Meyer's just as
be
bad
a
as
weird motherfucker. And that was Urban, bro. Urban was the worst thing that happened to that franchise. And that whole year, that Urban stigma was just bad. That was so bad.
I think his best game was probably against the Seahawks. I mean, they still lost, but
he still lost. But you're not expecting to win when you have the people that you have on your team. So shout out to the Bucs for winning a game. They should have won, but they didn't cover. So fuck that.
Yeah, he's also always running for his life too.
Yeah.
Big facts. That man does run like Jerry from Tom and Jerry, man. He runs for his goddamn life.
It's like, all right, hike. Ah, motherfucker.
Scramble. Rams, Browns, Rams 36, Browns 19. Good win for the Rams. You know, Puka Nacua got hurt early, so they were finally forced to use Cooper Kupp, and they only got 39 yards out of him.
But he got a touchdown.
He did get a tutty, so you love to see that. You do love to see that. But Puka, I mean, Puka was getting fed. He had 100 yards, then he got hurt, and you're like, damn.
Kyron Williams is still a certified dog.
Kyron's still a dog. True. Stafford did his thing. 3 touchdowns, 2 AG.
Shout out Kyron Williams. You know,
big shout out him.
He came into the league looking like an undersized back who couldn't catch well and was probably going to not be that good. But the Rams said, you know what? We see something in this guy. And he has proceeded to be quite a dog at running. And he can catch a little bit. And he's a smaller guy. I'm pretty sure he's only 190 pounds. He just looks big because he's 5'9". But
dude, he's 5'9", 195 pounds.
I know. I'm pretty sure Garrett was tied up with somebody, but like he still lowered the shoulder and just like absolutely popped him.
Solid back. Rams look better than they did for a little stretch of games. They look like without Kyron and being able to establish a run game, they had a very tough time. But with the run game back, they can work again.
I feel like the Rams are a Madden team that has a 90 overall offense and like a 70 overall defense, and they're just trying their fucking hardest to be a over 500 team, and that's what we see week after week. Hey, sometimes their defense is on, sometimes their defense is off. So,
and the Browns, I bet you're sitting here going, you know.
Well, every week they have a different quarterback.
I wish you would have kept Dobbs around.
Every week these boys have a different QB. This is the 4th starting quarterback they started this year. So if you're Cleveland, you have no Nick Chubb. You have your 4th quarterback this year. You're just happy that you're fucking somehow 7-5 right now.
You know, this exact thing happened to them in 2014 when they lost their starting quarterback and had to put in Johnny Manziel.
So the Browns are just going. We talked about Sunday Night Football. No, we didn't. We just talked about Mahomes. Packers, Chiefs. Packers 27, Chiefs 19. I don't have anything nice to say, so I'm not going to say anything at all.
What's actually scary about
Packers plus 9.5, never a doubt.
The scary thing about the Packers is they're looking a lot like the Lions last year. Started out as hot
turn up at the end of the year,
and they just keep winning now.
Everyone but the Bears can make the division still.
The only difference is the Lions were 1-6 when they turned it around, and they were 2-5.
This man goes in prime time at Lambeau against the Chiefs. 25 for 35, 3 touchdowns, 267 yards. And he also had 10 yards rushing. Yeah, Jordan Love, pretty good fucking quarterback. You fucking hate to see it, you know.
Hey,
yep, gonna be a problem.
Lambeau.
Never gonna be a problem.
That'd be a problem.
Like they keep getting it done without Aaron Jones because Aaron Jones plays like every other week because
Thanks for
He's like,
reminding me of that. That's
my leg.
Because their
my
wide
knee.
receivers are actually good. Christian
True.
Watson, big target, able to play on the deep balls, play the high point. You got Dobbs and Reed, pretty speedy guys, but they can also get up if they need to. And none of them were healthy at the same time last year. None of them were healthy altogether at the beginning of the season. And Christian Watson still can't stay healthy, but they're a nice young receiving core. It's a nice young team on offense. So, hey, they're working out the kinks.
Yeah, I agree. And now we can get into Monday Night Football. And even though it was one game, Tyler, I will say 32 for 37, 354 yards. Pretty fucking impressive. No matter who you are.
I know you were
It
built.
is.
My bad. Bravo.
Crazy. I don't think anybody was expecting this. Also, shout out Tyler Boyd. Nice throw. Sorry, just had to say it.
Hey.
That was hilarious.
Hey, you do better.
I probably could. You probably could.
No, you couldn't.
I'm not gonna lie. You probably could, Jesse. Don't even bullshit. You probably could. That was horrific. That man.
You don't know where his head was at. You don't know where he was. You don't know what happened.
I don't think anybody does.
No, it does.
That was. I had to shout that throw. That was so funny. That man said, "Fuck." It just launched it right to him. But yeah, they got the dub against a first place Jacksonville team who, when Jacksonville actually plays offense, it's hard to beat them. And they did beat them in overtime. So shout out to them boys in Cincinnati. All they got is hope from this game. A lot of hope.
But Trevor Lawrence did leave this game. You have to remember that. He left this game fourth quarter, driving down the field, left it up to a man named Berghardt.
Hey, don't disrespect CJ like that, man.
Oh, my apologies. How many chances did he have to put the game away? Yeah, no, I think I'm going to.
DJ Beathard.
Nothing.
Even Sonny says, ugh, I understand. All right. That is the NFL slate. Before we get into the picks, we'll just go over Thursday Night Football really quick. You already got me and Tyler's picks. You already got Luke's pick. So, Jesse, Patriots, Steelers, over under 30, -6 for the Steelers.
Patriots are god-awful. Getting late in the year, I'm going to take the under. There's no point in going anywhere else.
All right, 3 on the under and 1 on the over.
Is Kenny Pickett playing? Because that spread is ridiculous. You're telling me they think Trubisky?
If it's -6, I'm guessing that it would lean towards Pickett.
You'd think, but no. I feel like
Trubisky. You would think, but at the same time, the Patriots suck this year. Very bad. So, okay, wait a minute. I believe that Mitchell Trubisky is a starting quarterback because it says that the backup this week for the first time all year will be Mr. Mason Rudolph. So, yeah. I think Mitch is playing.
God, give me Jalen Warren touchdown.
Yeah, this under should hit, but at the same time, some fuck shit could happen. Now we have some other picks to get into. So let's do it.
I don't like the way the flow of the basketball picks are going. Because back-to-back games, it is going to be split 2-2.
I'm going to take John and them boys.
Fuck Dylan for taking my pick because I was going to take the Bulls because now, give me the Nets!
Fuck me, we all said the Bulls.
You started it!
Well, I didn't say that.
I was saying under my breath, take the Nets, take the Nets, take the Nets. I want the Bulls. Give me the Bulls. And you took the Bulls. So I'm like, fuck this fucking guy. Who does this guy think he is?
Okie dokie. Let's get into the downtown cash picks. If you want the records and the recaps, that should be on the bottom of the screen. And let's get right into it. First game is today at 10 o'clock p.m. We have the Denver Nuggets and the Los Angeles Clippers. The Clippers are favored minus 1.5 points because Aaron Gordon is not playing.
Oh, Jamal Murray's playing now? That's great.
Well, Jamal Murray was a game time decision last time, then he played, so everyone's saying he's going to play again. And he said reports earlier that he was going to play. So
They beat the Clippers twice without Jamal Murray, so I'm going to take him again. Give me the Nuggets. Money line, because it's only minus 1.5.
I'm going to take the Clippers. I took them the last couple times, and they've been hitting for me. So I'm going to continue to ride that, and I'm going to take the Clippers.
Over-under.
The over-under currently is set at 228.5.
Over.
Gotcha.
Luke?
Give me the Nuggets plus
Gotcha.
100 money line.
I'll give it right to
It's
you.
on the money.
All right, next we have 2 games for tomorrow. They are semi-final games for the in-season tournament. Game number 1 at 5 o'clock. We have the Pacers and the Bucks. Bucks favored minus 4.5, obviously, because I'm paid for the better team. But Indianapolis is the only team in the in-season tournament that is undefeated, hasn't lost a game, 7-0.
Yeah, give me the Bucks spread.
I'm gonna take the Pacers, and I don't know if I want to do points or money line. Very conflicted. I'm gonna play it safe. I'm gonna take the Pacers plus 4.5.
Same here. Pacers plus 4.5.
I don't know, man. Bucks minus 4.5.
You think the run ends?
Yeah.
A lot of people think we're going to get Bucks Lakers in the finals, and I got to lie, there's a good chance that's where we get. Next game, 9 o'clock p.m. New Orleans Pelicans, Los Angeles Lakers. Lakers are favored minus 1.5 points in this game. Over under is 229.5. Everybody's playing for both teams. This is a toughie.
Pelicans and the Lakers. Give me veteran experience. Give me the Lakers.
Give me the Lakers.
I was going Lakers because the Kings have been dropping the ball.
It's the Pelicans.
Yeah, but the Pacers, they're playing.
Who cares what the Kings are doing?
I
What
thought
does
he
it have to
was
do with the
talking about
Pelicans?
hockey, like LA. I didn't know where he was going with that.
That's it. I thought the
What is
Kings-
going on?
My bad. Dealing with this.
It's Pelicans and Lakers, Jesse. Jokes landing.
Pelicans. I'm gonna take the Pelicans.
Okay.
They need it more.
Luke?
I guess the Lakers.
We'll see if it is a Lakers-Bucks final. Indeed. And those are the Downtown Cash picks. And now we get into the puck luck picks.
I think that, you want me to be completely honest?
Yeah.
Last time
It's the road. Between the legs. 13:57 in the third.
Yeah.
Speaking of Connor,
Heads Capitals,
Get
tails
to the
Devils.
garbage so much. Speak on the top of my brothers
Hail.
in blood. None of these niggas be trust. We cannot question, you know what it was. Yo, what you doing for us? These niggas back 'cause I'm putting in work. Like I keep flowing in rush. Did you catch that?
Rawr!
My goodness.
Can you kick this guy out of the pod? Yeah.
Might have to. Something like that.
It's just a thought. Sorry.
Alrighty. We got the puck luck picks for game number 1. This is going to be happening Thursday, 9 p.m. Eastern. It is a Central Division matchup, the first matchup of the season. We have the Philadelphia Flyers headed to the desert to play the Coyotes.
There's no way I'm taking the Flyers, dude.
So sick of the Coyotes, man. I'm so sick of the Coyotes.
Sucks. Over under 6.
Too bad, because Luke's in charge.
I'm so sick of them.
I'm taking the Yotes.
They did me 6-4 last time, so I'll take them again.
I'm going to continue fading them out of spite until they're not on this goddamn podcast one week. Flyers.
By the way,
it's ridiculous.
The Flyers are 7-4-1 on the road, and the Yotes are 8-4-0 at home. Who'd you have, Jesse?
I had the Yotes.
All right.
On the line.
Well, time to get into game number 2. Because this is also happening Thursday at 9 p.m. Eastern. And by the way, that wasn't a Central Division matchup. That was Eastern versus Western. I accidentally read that note for the second game because now this is the Central Division matchup. Also, again, the first matchup of the season between the two teams. We have the Winnipeg Jets headed to Colorado to play the Avalanche. The Jets are 6-3-1 on the road, and the Avs are 9-2-0 at home.
Give me the Avs.
Winnipeg's won 2 in a row. Colorado has lost 3 out of the last 4. I'm going to just ride the hot team and take Winnipeg.
Man, I think the Avs come out of this. I'm taking the Avs. It's just a bad idea to fade Jesse right now, too, especially if Jesse's taking a team like the Avs. I don't know. The Avs are good. Jesse's picks are insane. Yeah, I'll leave it at that.
This is a tough one because the Jets have been doing a lot better, but you know.
The problem is the Jets are great on the road and the Avs are good at home.
Yeah.
Can I change my pick or am I locked?
You're locked.
Oh, you're locked, buddy.
Fuck, I want to take the over.
You're a Jet.
There's no half. It's only 6.
You're a Jet all day. You want to push? It does make a difference.
It does make a big difference, Jesse. It does.
You end up with a push.
I can see where you want to push, Dylan, but
well,
I'll stay locked.
I'm firing on all cylinders and hammering the over.
Of course you are. Because that's what I want to ride. And it's going to hit. I'm not going to.
All right, Dylan, you can ride the over. God.
Thank you.
No, it's locked. Fuck you.
I'll let you have it.
I'm bringing it back. If you know, you know.
And the end score is 3-2.
All right.
Avalanche.
Think about your pick for game 3 because whatever you say first, it's locked.
They don't know. They don't remember.
Anywho, game number 3. We have it happening Friday night at 7 p.m. Eastern. This is a Metropolitan against the Atlantic Division matchup. First matchup of the season. We have the Pittsburgh Penguins headed to Florida to play the Panthers. The Penguins are 6-4-2 on the road, and the Panthers are 7-4-0 at home.
Yeah, this would be a good one. Give me the Penguins for the first time ever on this podcast.
That's a lie. I remember you gave it a whole spiel last year about how the Penguins are going to lose this game, so they're going to win this game. They're going to lose this game. They're going to win it. And you were right about all of them. You had a whole thing lined up. You're like, they're going to lose this.
Yeah.
They're going to win this.
And I ended up taking them to lose the game that we were picking because of that.
You're smart, actually, about the Penguins. And if you're telling me they're going to win this game, that leads me to believe that they're going to win. The problem is they just lost 2 straight games to the Flyers. And I know people are going to say, well, both those games went into overtime and shootout, but it's hard for me to look past that.
forget what sport we're playing, buddy.
How confident are you, Tyler? How confident are you? That
Make your own
I just
pick.
took the
Jesus.
Penguins, buddy. I just took the Penguins. How often do I do that?
All right, I'm taking the Penguins.
But he can't even make his own picks. Jesus.
Falling apart over here.
Over.
Catch my picks on sharps.
Over. I just wrote 6.5 for the over because it's not official yet, but when it comes out tomorrow for Friday, because they post them a day in advance.
Luke's on the over.
I will write it down. I'm not.
In long words.
I'm letting Jesse know because I don't have an official over for him because he just took the over.
Yeah, we just assume 6.5 around here.
It's always 6.5.
Watch
Or,
this. Watch
or
them drop
actually,
a 9.
maybe a solid fucking 6. There's like 4 solid 6s.
They're gonna drop
Like
a 9.
And I'm gonna be sitting here sick about.
Well, because the Panthers love to flip flop. They're caught in a little. They're stuck in a little motion of winning a game, losing a game, winning a game, losing a game, and they have a game before this, and they just lost their last game. So they should win and lose, but every time I bet like that, they end up winning, or losing, then winning, and breaking the cycle. So I'm going to have to take the Panthers.
Okay. Fantastico. Okie dokie. Make sure that you guys tune into the Saturday podcast because it should be a good one. We have the NFL and NCAA games that we're going to go over. I believe there's also going to be a UFC section for this Saturday, so make sure you guys tune into that. We appreciate you watching the podcast. Thank you so much for stopping by Sharp Sports Network, episode number 4. That was. All the boys want to just say a couple things, and by the boys, I mean, I'm going to do it for them. Stop over to Sharps Network on Instagram, and stop over to Sharps Network on Twitter. Give that a follow. Go over, check out the posts, interact. Daily, you're getting reels. You know, you're getting polls. We're very interactive right now on the social media, so just go over there and interact with us. Also, for all the betting that you're going to be doing on football, hockey, basketball, whatever you want to double your money on, make sure you download the Sharp Sports app over on the App Store. You can ride all of the boys play on the podcast. Everybody here that isn't me because I'm not legally old enough. And you can also use promo code TYCO01. That will help you as well. Like I said, next time you will see us will be this Saturday. So thank you guys for watching the podcast. We shall see you soon. I am McDilly. Have a great rest of your week. Peace!
Sports bettors, you need to download Sharps, the better social network. With Sharps mobile app, you can tailor your friends' bets with one click. See a bet you like? Just click the whale tail icon and boom, it will open in your corresponding sportsbook. Sharp securely connects to major sportsbooks like FanDuel, MGM, Caesars, and more, so you can not only track your bets, but share your bets in creative ways. So gather the degens, download Sharps for free, and join our fast-growing sports betting community.